Cars are awesome, but some are cooler than others, in very different ways. So it depends on what you look at. Therefore everyone just has their own opinions and stuff like that. But in terms of styling, I would argue that some of the most beautiful looking ones are Gran Coupes. So let me explain. I generally love bigger cars, and Gran Coupes manage to look super elegant and luxurious while still being insanely big. Car design mostly follows a specific purpose. So like wagons are supposed to carry stuff, sport cars are supposed to look fast and elegant, and Gran Coupes are a combination of both of these. Most car designs have a bunch of negative aspects to their purposes. So like SUVs are super slow, but they have a whole bunch of space. And supercars are fast AF, but you can barely take 2 bags with you. But with Gran Coupes, there are barely any of these at all. You get more space than in sedans. That also goes for the trunk. You get 4 or 5 seats. And enough space for super beefy engines. They're not too heavy to be slow either, and they have awesome aerodynamics. So they just handle great. But because they have so many benefits, they of course aren't perfect in all of them. They just are the perfect mix between sport and comfort. And they just look so goddamn pretty. All those elegant lines and curves, their rounded up rear ends, and then the long hoods, that just round out their seamless flowing designs. So let's now talk about some examples. And there are a whole lot of them. One of my personal all-time favorites is the Maercedes CLS. And in this specific generation, they just have the most beautiful rear lights of any car. Then they have the ultra luxury Maercedes interiors and a whole bunch of power, and they just sound amazing. Other examples are the A7 and the little brother the A5, and also the BMW 6 Series. I made entire videos about the A5 and 6 Series, so just check them out if you want to know more about these cars. After this video of course. And to just mention a whole bunch more, the Aston Martin Rapide, the Kia Stinger, the Porsche Panamera, the Volkswagen Ayrton, the AMG GT4, and I mean all of them are awesome and they are special in their own ways. So I really like all of them. With time going on and all of that, a lot of companies get into these cars. They see them as a giant opportunity because they are a trend like SUV coupes. I have to say that I also like some of those. I just love coupes in general. But with Gran Coupes, I still think there's some kind of weird mix in the functionality. They have a lot of space, but I mean the way you load the trunk is not that awesome. They can also go pretty fast, but they are definitely slower than full-weight sports cars. If you just want a nice car to drive a lot, but want some sort of practicality out of it, without missing out on style, you should really look into getting one. And if you now come with that argument that you might buy a TV or furniture, honestly, how often do you do that? And you can probably still make it fit. Just fold down the rear seats. Those cars are definitely practical enough for shopping and traveling, and every normal thing you do. And worst case, you rent a van or just borrow a truck from your neighbors, friends or family. I'd now like to take a moment to tell you something. I'm sorry. I couldn't make a video last weekend, so my last upload was 2 weeks ago, and as some of you know from a community post, I was on holiday last weekend. I also had a math exam last Friday, so I didn't have the time or the equipment to make one. But now that the exams are over, it's time for my older upload schedule again. Minimum once a week and probably around every 4 days again. So just subscribe if you want to find the newest videos I make. And with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you liked the video, so enjoy the rest of your day and maybe I'll see you in another one.